Excuse me, Mr. Snyder. Why is Lex Luthor on the cover of this issue? And secondly, I have more questions to your question, which is the question of who are the children of Mars? So first things first, I just want to say welcome all my booktubers, booktube, comic book lovers, graphic novel aficionados, collectors, boom comics, imagery comics. It really doesn't matter at this point. If you enjoy the hobby, welcome to Reviews from the Six. My name is Cedric, but you can call me Ceddy Said. And today we are reviewing DC Universe's New Justice, issue number 16 of Justice League. And just like I said, the title is Who Are the Children of Mars? So before I just trash the comic book or this issue here, I do have to say that I didn't start until issue 15. So maybe I need to go back and read a little bit more or continue on the adventure that I got going on here. But this comic issue just left me with more questions than anything else. Like I said, they ask you a question, and in return, I have a whole bunch of questions. So if you haven't checked out my review on issue 15, go ahead and check that out. I'm going to go ahead and start off where we left off at, and that is Martian Manhunter discovers that there's only one other Martian alive in the entire universe, in the galaxy, throughout the multi-universe, all of that, right? So they find him, or find her, I should say, which I'm correcting myself because in the previous review, I did say that they found out it was a male instead of a female, but in all actuality, it is a female, right? So they find the one female Martian that's still alive, right? Martian Manhunter goes up to her and she's telling him everything, right? Like, hey, these people are keeping me captured. They are using my ability or our ability for me to create this facade, right? They have me mind warping everybody on this planet. None of this stuff is true. It is all fake. They have me rewriting people's minds in their brains, right? And Martian Manhunter, or John Johns, is kind of like, why though? Like, what's the whole purpose of this? What is going on? And she kind of lets him know, ain't none of this real, bruh. We're lying to the people. She's lying to the people. And when I mean she, I mean Shara. She's lying to the people. She's having people come in here and acting like they're storing their most prized possessions in an ancient tomb that cannot be accessed by anyone. However, the planet is decimated. There's nothing going on this planet. Even the henchmen, even the citizens are fake, right? And this is what they're using the Martian to do. So we all know that's Martian Manhunter's ability, right? So this is where it kind of takes a turn for me. Like, I was like, you know what? That is intriguing. That's interesting. I can't wait to read more about it. But instead, they just kind of give us this plain Jane adventure of, hey, this person is captured and there may or may not be a bigger villain behind this, but we're not going to tell you at all. We're going to have you wonder and think and get the next issue, and there may not even be a villain in there. Like, as confusing as that sounds, that's how confused I am reading this. So like I said, they go to the Martian. Boom, the Martian tells him everything, right? I'm captured, I'm doing all this. Well, long story short, they find not a seal, but on this planet, it was called Spectra. And Spectra was kind of like this being who had like the 7 great powers of the universe all in one. And there was a seal, so somebody sealed it. And they defeated her, so she fell. But with that ability, what she was doing was she was creating species, and the species she created was man and Martian. And I kind of dug that at one point, right? I was like, oh, yo, they're kind of playing God a little bit, right? Like God created humans, but then we don't know what other species are out there, right? There could be extraterrestrials, there could be aliens. I don't doubt it. I don't believe it either, but I'm just saying that as a point, right? So they're sitting there saying that, okay, boom, they created different species, and now humans want to know what they are a part of. Now, scientists on Earth are discovering this truth, right? So now that they're discovering this truth, they're like, yo, we need to find our counterparts, which are aliens. So long story short, they abduct John at a young age, at a very young age, and they were experimenting on him with his DNA. So that's where it gets dicey for me, because I don't know if they're saying that they captured John, because John was in a cage, and John has these, or Martian Manhunter has these visions of him being trapped in a cage. And the last Martian is telling him that he is kind of like the legacy. He is kind of like the Martian and the human spliced together. So he is the evolution, and she's going to bestow on him all the knowledge that she knows, because she's been keeping all the secrets and with her abilities. Now you got to keep in mind that this Martian is connected to a machine that is absorbing all the ideas and everything from the brain of the Martian, so Shara can put it on and have the ability to bring this god back to life, right? Like I said, it kind of gets weird, right? So while all that is going on, you still have Hawk Girl and Shara going at it back and forth. You do have Hawkman, and I mean, he's not speaking or saying anything, but they're saying it's not him. You still have John Stewart fighting the other Green Lanterns because he is out of his jurisdiction on another planet, which he shouldn't be on, meddling around pretty much, right? So you still have all that going on, but somehow they get a grip of everything, right? They're like, oh, you know what? I think we're being played here. Something is not right, right? So as they're still fighting and they're trying to figure out what's going on, Martian Manhunter is in the tomb and he's being told everything. However, the Queen Martian is dying. So as she's dying, she's telling him, I know you remember being trapped in that cage. I know you remember everything else that has happened, but what I'm about to give you is going to be a lot deeper than what you expected it to be. And don't be alarmed or afraid or scared of what you're about to see, right? Because I'm about to give you the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So keep in mind that she does have this device coming, this device on her head, and the device is called the Absorbicon. So Shara comes into the tomb. Boom. She sees the Queen Martian dead. However, John's is already getting some of the knowledge, right? He's tripping out. It is too much for him. It is an overload, and he's going crazy. Oh, no. And he's having these visions and these flashbacks and things, which they show. Now, like I said, I don't know if he is the experiment or if he was experiment with. They were taking his DNA. But either or, we know that he was involved in all these experiments and testing. That's all we know, right? So now Shara goes to put on the Absorbicon, and it is too much information for her to absorb. So she loses her mind, and she takes the Absorbicon off. Now Martian Manhunter is kind of just sitting back watching her, like, I told you, it was too much. You really don't want to see what's coming or what's about to be. And then out of nowhere, here comes Batman, Starman, and Batman, Starman, Wonder Woman, and Superman, right? All of a sudden they come, and what Starman does is take the soul from Shara and gives it back to Hawk Girl. But when he does that, Shara is like, so I have no soul now, I have no personality, I don't have any memories or thoughts of who I was, because you have to remember Shara is a part of Hawk Girl, and he tells her, no, I left your soul, I left your spirit, I left the memories, you are your own person now. However, Hawk Girl has the same ideas, thoughts, and visions of Shara. So it just gets confusing after a while. Was it a bad comic? No, I don't think it was bad. Like I said, maybe I need to do a little more research on it and find out what's going on before I pass judgment on it. I still have 15 comics before this to get caught up on, and I think maybe 10 after this. So we'll see where it goes. But with that being said, I just want to go ahead and show you a little bit of art here. I don't want to make it seem like I'm taking up all your time for nothing. You want to see what's going down, all right? And that's Starman right there. And that's what I mean, right? Starman comes and he just gives her the soul back. And Starman was like, well, it's not over yet. I haven't eaten since 1988. Let's go back to Earth and let's do it again, pretty much. So it makes no sense. There is no Lex Luthor in this issue. I still don't know who the Children of Mars is. So, like I said, down in the comments below, you let me know exactly what you got from this issue. You let me know who are the children of Mars. You let me know, shall I continue with the whole Snyder Universe, New Justice, Justice League issues? Because I tell you what, if people complain about the movie, I can kind of see why they don't like Snyder. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of confused at this point. But yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. If you don't hit that like button, YouTube is going to be like, oh, nobody wants to see Cedric's content. It ain't worth it. So make sure you hit that like button. Hit that bell. If you hit that notification bell, you're not going to miss any future uploads. Also, share this video to any and all social media platforms and to anyone where you think this would be useful. And like I said, man, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for watching. Peace, love, and blessings.